No grazie. I started wheelchair basketball when I was maybe 10 years old, through like a multi-sports event, similar to a lot of people. I was always looking for a team sport, something that in my mind compared to football, because that was always my number one sport and probably still is. And yeah, I found wheelchair basketball, found friends initially, that was how it started, and then yeah, it developed like a love for the game, and yeah, it never stopped. And then I realised that wheelchair basketball was this whole big world of professional sports and international competitions of competing at the highest level. And yeah, that was when my interest was taken, and never stopped working. If I had to sum it up, it's pretty much my life. I have things that are way more important in my life, like my family and my friends and my partner, but outside of them things, it's the thing that I've put the most time and effort into in my whole life, and it's more than just a job. It's everything that I've worked towards, and yeah, basically everything. And when you win, it's the greatest moment, and when you lose, it's the toughest thing to go through in life, within reason. So yeah, it's a roller coaster, but it's everything that we work towards. In my eyes, it's the biggest club in the world. There's probably 2, 3, 4 clubs that have a lot of history as well. You know, Landale, for example, and a lot of clubs that have won a lot of competitions and have been around and been a big club for a long time. So, but yeah, for me, it's home now. I feel comfortable there. They've looked after us really well. We're like a family, from the bosses to the staff, to the players, and yeah, I feel like I'm at home now, and hopefully that can continue for a long time, because I'm very happy here. If you look at the league is, in my opinion, is the strongest league from top to bottom in the world. That's the main reason that I'm here, and I think life in Spain is great. And then the international, obviously Paris was a difficult time for Spanish wheelchair basketball, but it was a bit of an anomaly, really. It was a surprise. I think everybody was expecting Spain to be right up, at least in the Final Four of the Paralympics. Yeah, they've had a great generation, and there's some good young players, you know, Pincho, Rubia, Manu, still to come through, so and sort of take the main stage. So yeah, I think for me the league is what I'm most concerned about, and yeah, I love being part of this league and the way it's broadcast and pushed, and you know, sometimes I'll be pushing down the street and I see one of our games on the TV or in a cafe or in a bar, and yeah, I love being part of the league, and I want to try and help it to be the best it can be. Yeah, our group is really, really difficult, but we're really looking forward to that. I think we're excited for the challenge, and yeah, it's like you say, the group is basically as tough as it could be. 3 of the best teams in Europe right now, and yeah, we're excited for the challenge, and we truly believe that if you want to be at the top and you want to win, then you need to beat some of the best teams along the way. It's long, right? We have to balance it with the league season, the Copa del Rey, the Supercopa. We have a lot of things to balance, but Champions is high, really high on our list of things to win. It's something I've never won, and it's been quite a while now since Ilunion won a Champions, and for such a big club, that's a long time wait. I think 9 years maybe since we last won. I definitely wasn't here then. I was probably too young, but we have a few players that are still around since then. So yeah, it's very high on our list, and we're going to be doing everything we can on that semi-final, the quarter-final against the other 3 teams, to put ourselves in a good position and hopefully get to the Final Four. I kind of play the same, and everything has the same sort of value. If I'm in that team, it's my target and it's my goal is to win. Yeah, I think representing your country is always special. I think everybody would agree with that. And you know, it's been a while since we won anything with the national team, and we consider ourselves one of the best teams in the world. By the time the next major comes around, it will have been 9 years since we won, or maybe 7 years since we last won a major, forgetting the Europeans. So yeah, we've come in going all out for the Europeans, and we really want to make a statement and try and win that tournament again. Yeah, it's going to be really competitive. I think the same teams will be there that are always at the top fighting and competing. You know, Spain, Germany, obviously with the bronze medal in Paris, are going to be really tough as always. And yeah, it's going to be a competitive week in a country that I've never been to. So yeah, I'm excited to compete in a new place, and hopefully it can go well for us. I was part of a trial a long time ago, before it became where it is now, to try it out and see how it worked with wheelchair basketball. I don't know. I'm still undecided. I like it. It's fun to watch. I really like watching the able-bodied 3v3. I think that's really exciting. And I think there's sort of space in the market for wheelchair basketball 3v3. But I think, to me, at least currently, for me, 5v5 and wheelchair basketball, like as a full thing, is still the way I prefer to play. But yeah, there's definitely space for 3v3, and I think it's exciting, and it's probably going to capture a lot more people because it's faster, it's snappy, it's short, and yeah, it's all action. But yeah, it's a good event, and I try and watch as much as I can when it's on. I was hoping to go to the Commonwealth Games maybe, but especially when it was in England, because the 3v3 was there. But yeah, with our schedule and everything that happens, sometimes it's good to have a little break. There's so many great players that are playing currently and that have retired. I try to watch as much old footage as possible and like learn the history of the game, and yeah, there's right now, I think in the last 20 years the game is as good as it's ever been, and the game's changed a lot in the last 20 years as well. I think when I was really young, Patrick Anderson was probably the person that I watched and was like, wow, this guy, like, he's an amputee, and was kind of like a freak of an athlete who could do everything and control games, was a monster of a frame, like really, really huge. And yeah, and since then I've tried to watch players sort of in my classification, or who play a similar way to me, and there's a very small select group of players that I watch and I think, well, I would love to play with them. I'll keep that list a secret, but yeah, there's quite a lot of players that I really respect, and when you watch at the highest level, or we play against at the highest level, we have the utmost respect for, because we know how hard they compete and how difficult it is to get a win over some of these players and some of these teams. Yeah, it's quite interesting, the differences between wheelchair basketball in Spain and the UK. I also spent one year in Italy as well, so seeing the differences in all the countries has been interesting. I think the great thing, and the reason that I'm in Spain, is the federation have put so much into the league and making the league great, and I think part of that is the fact that we have so many foreigners from different countries and different cultures, and that's one of the reasons that the league is so great. Also, the foundations of the league, the organisation is incredible. Like we don't have anything like this in the UK. Our league is completely like amateur. None of the clubs are professional, and yeah, I think we can learn a lot from the Spanish league, and I hope before I retire that the league in England or in Great Britain will be almost professional, or will be at a higher level, and we can do something similar to what's been done here. On the other hand, our international program is maybe one of the best, if not the best, like funded and well run in the world, and I think that's helped us a lot for our success internationally. Although we haven't done or won as many things as I would have liked to so far, or in history, because our program has been really good for a long time. So yeah, it's interesting seeing the differences, and yeah, I think probably both sides could learn from each other on some level. So yeah, but I'm really happy to be part of both, on both sides, and yeah, representing my country and my nation, and being part of this amazing league as well. Hi, I'm Gregg Warburton. Please watch the interview and we hope to see you in the European Championships in Bosnia in October.